Welcome to the Q&A segment. Thank you for sending in all those questions. We had so many questions that we couldn't believe we're going to have so many responses like that. Thank you once again for sending in such questions. So the Q&A questions range from career switch to career advice to personal questions for me, as well as working in Big Four consulting firms. So let's get it started. We have this question. Did you ever doubt whether you will rise as far as you have? Do you have self-doubts? Now, I don't bother myself as to whether I will rise or I will not rise. I just bother myself about the investment I make in myself and an investment I make in people. Now, if you concentrate on how far can I go, you may not get anything done, because what you would realize is you are just focusing on the end and you're not focusing on your journey. Now, your journey is as important as the end, because your experiences are supposed to teach you certain things. If you don't learn from those experiences, you may not rise. Now, I told the story of how I've faced humiliation growing up. I've shared the story of how I survived a fire accident. I've shared the story of how I survived a job loss. Now, from those experiences, I've been able to build confidence in myself. So I would say to you, please do not entertain self-doubt. If you want to get something, face it and go for it. Now, what I realize is that people who have self-doubts are either afraid to fail or afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid to fail. Because I know that if I fail, I'm going to learn from it. I'm not afraid to make mistakes, because I know if I make mistakes, the next time I won't make the mistakes. So I would advise you that you should throw yourself out there and learn from your experiences. There is a misconception. People usually think that confidence is a talent. I don't agree. Confidence is a skill. People who are confident work on being confident. So you have to work on being confident. Another thing that will help you is make sure you don't have people who discourage you in your space. Make sure you only have people with positive vibes. If there's anybody that attacks your confidence, please stay away from them. We have this question. Can I get an internship that can be combined with a full-time master's degree? My response is this: of course, just apply to schools with such options. You remember, everything is possible. The next question asks this: what's your opinion on working without pay, but for the experience? Have you ever made a choice between higher pay and experience before? This is what I'll say to you. Experience is like an investment in yourself. If you are working somewhere and you think that you are not well paid, or that you are not paid at all, but the experience, you are enjoying the experience, I will tell you to go for it and keep at it. Reason being that experience is like an investment into yourself and is going to pay off in the future. Now, the second question is asking if I've ever had to make a choice. Of course, I did have to make a choice on whether I want to go for the pay or I want to go for the experience. Now, if you check my profile, my last job, I had to walk away from a brand new car. I'd only used the car for 8 months. And when I got the offer from my current employer, it didn't come with a car, but I had to leave the car because I knew that the experience would be worth more than the value of that car. So that is an example for you. And I can assure you, I have no regrets for doing that. I have this question. What made you commit yourself to self-development? And is your family supportive? Now, I've gone through so many life embarrassments, and I think that's a ginger for me to commit to myself. There's something that I know that is a gift. I hardly give up. Now, I've always had a strong will. Talking about when I was in JSS3, and my mom tried to convince me to go into the arts because she feels that I don't have capacity to be in science class. But I still went ahead to do it. There are so many things that people have tried to tell me you can't do. I remember when I wanted to start my CFA exams, and I discussed with a friend who was already a charter holder, and he told me that I don't think you are going to be able to do this. You are married, you are getting old, you have a child that needs your attention, you are working. How are you going to be able to combine this with writing the CFA exam? And for me, the only thing that gingers me is people challenging me to saying that there's something I can't achieve. I just try to find out if I believe I can achieve it, I will achieve it. So for me, that is a motivation for committing to myself. Now, the second question asked about if I have a supportive family. Of course, I have a supportive family. Post-marriage, my support is my husband. He's always there for me. However, you shouldn't have an entitlement mentality from your family members, because remember, it's your vision, it's not their vision. So you shouldn't expect that they should commit financially or emotionally to your own vision. So whatever support that they give you, advise that you take it with gratitude. Now, this is an interesting question. What is the advantage that accelerated your career development? For me, what I would say has accelerated my career success is pain. I want to tell you that it's not all the time that pain is not good for you. From series of failures and disappointments, I've been able to discover myself and discover my ability. So most times when I want to venture into something that I think is more challenging than my ability, I remember all those challenges that I've faced, from trying to gain admission into the university, from trying to write C.L.E.A.N exams, from trying to write CFA exams with 3 kids and the like. So for me, failures and disappointments and the consequent pain have been the accelerator for my career development. This question says, what is your success formula? I'm very focused, I'm resilient, I believe in hard work, I believe in integrity, I believe in having the right attitude, I believe in being appreciative of the little that you have. So for me, that would be the success formula. Our next question is this: my job applications are not often successful. What am I doing wrong? This is what I will say to you. 1, make sure that your CV is professionally written. Also, try to get feedback from those companies that you have applied to and turn down your application. Remember, I said that I tried to get into one of the Big 4 many years ago and I couldn't because I failed the test. So the lesson for me from there is this: before you go for any job test, make sure that you are prepared. Make sure that before you go for any interview, you speak to employees there to know the DNA of the employees in the firm that you're applying to. And in asking this question, I also remember that there is a particular respondent that says she has applied for internship positions in 15 companies and none of them agreed to give her an opportunity. I would suggest that you speak to your colleagues that got the offer to know what they did differently. This would also help you to leverage on their experience. Hello guys, thank you for listening to me. I hope I've been able to answer your questions. I would please say that you should subscribe to this YouTube channel. You should like the video. You should share it because you might be helping somebody, and you should leave your comments on how we can make it better. We are going to be having an event at the end of the year and it's going to be very big. But before then, I'd like you to know that this event will be open to those that subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you and see you soon. I believe that you are unlimited.